Before we start off with today's video, a very quick reminder that you gotta do this, alright? So every single day, if you're watching this in global, go to the shop under the PC platform launch gift package. Alright, you get to buy this every single day for 24 days, for almost a month. So make sure you guys do this every day. And also, one more thing, there's one more, this one, yeah, 100-day celebration package. So make sure you come here and buy this Chloe's Lucky Doll. Now, what is a Chloe's Lucky Doll? You can use it right here in the backpack. Alright, go to the backpack, right here, storage. Go to your supplies, and then this particular thing, notice if you use this, it will randomly give you, either you get a level 2 box or you get random items. So level 2 box, you can click and you can see this will either give you a level 3 lucky doll or level 2 reward. Boom. And I get this thing. Alright, so make sure you guys obtain this every single day. It's actually very good to boost your account. So let's jump into the video. Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here. Welcome back to another CounterSide video. Alright, this is going to be about the global. I'm trying to see if what I can do right here for the guides. A lot of you guys have asked me to make a selector guide. So this is going to be a combination of global and C server, I guess, but I want to focus on the global server first. Because if you guys are not aware, global server have something extra. I'm not talking about the Steam client, but I'm talking about this thing right here, the capital point. So the capital point is exclusively to global server for the time being, right? C server do not have this yet, but both global and C did get their update a couple of days ago with the task force plan. So this task force plan, hopefully I'm going to talk about just the final rewards. We're just going to touch about the final one, which is like the selector at the end. So hopefully give you guys a better idea, better decision on what to make or who to pick, especially if you guys are new. So let's jump into it. Now, if you're playing on global server, obviously right now, global server is a very good time to start right now. So you might be watching this later. Hopefully, if you watch this later, some of these things might not apply to you. But if you watch this right now, early on, if you watch this video within a couple of days, global server right now, we have this one, which is the 100-day recruitment. So this is very interesting. So what can you obtain right here? You can get Esterosa, which is one of the better striker right now. Alright, and she was also going to be quite future-proof if once the rearm comes. Chifuyu is also going to be quite good. Zhu Xiang, she's less used, more of a PvP unit. Karin Wong is decent. Adele, Chinatsu, Elizabeth, and Liumi. So obviously, this is not a selector, right? You can't really choose who you get, sadly. But if you are wondering who's the best one to get, most likely it's going to be Chifuyu and Adele and Liumi. So those three, they basically are very distinct. They have their own specialty in certain areas. Adele excels at, you know, trying to get the enemies to spawn minions to fight on your behalf. That's where Adele's is very good at. Shadow Hall, Shadow Palace, you're gonna need Adele. Liumi is one of the best, if not the best defender still until today in a lot of the KR meta. Alright, if you're looking for a 3-cost defender, look no further. Liumi is right there. And looks like I didn't get any of them in my 20 pulls. Kind of sucks right there. Alright, so one thing that you want to keep note of, this one obviously do these 100 free pulls every single I'm not sure if it carry over. Like you saw mine, it carries over. I missed yesterday, so it did carry over to today. You get 20 pulls. Young Harim is going to be the best banner for you to pull if you don't have her yet. So please consider pulling for Young Harim. She's the best supporter by far. The reason why is she has an ability that gives users skill haste, which is this skill right here. Increase skill haste by 20% for 10 seconds. Now, skill haste plus 40% at skill level 5. This is insane. No competition by far. There's no other characters that can do that. But yeah, this is going to be the most OP skill by far. Alright, so keep that in mind. Young Harem is going to be used in almost every single content in the game. PvP, PvE, whatever stage, raids. You won't regret pulling for her. I'm pretty sure everybody that pulls for her can vouch for that. Alright, so next up, pretty much just Young Harem. If you're new to the game, Lonely is not like a must-have. She's strong, she's really good. She has the ability to debuff, reduce defense by a lot, up to 40% defense, which is insane. But only pull for her if you are someone that's been playing the game for a while, not for new players. Now with that being said, if you are new, you will also have one extra banner that you can pull, which is a what do you call that, selector that you can try to pull 30 times. So from that one, I hope you guys try to get Chifuyu. Chifuyu is going to be the best one. If you get her here, right, then you don't have to worry about rerolling her there. Carl Wong is probably going to be the second best option. I can't remember if Carl Wong and Xiaolin is in that banner, but Chifuyu is going to be the priority. I don't have that banner because that's for new players, but you can reroll 30 times after you finish the tutorial. So either Chifuyu, Carl Wong, or Xiaolin. If not, just go for Esterosa, I guess. I can't remember who else is in those particular lists. Now let's talk about the Awaken units right now. If you are new to the game, I wouldn't recommend Awaken Na Yubin. I would recommend Awaken Yuna. She's going to be really strong, and I saw that Awaken Xiaoyun is coming next. I will make a separate video talking about that, so please bear with me for a little bit. So Awaken Yuna is going to be by far the better Awaken to get between these two right now, if you are new to the game, if you are a new player. Now with that being said, now I can jump on to the capital point, which is, this is insane, alright? This is really good. I like this a lot. So how do you do this? You gotta grab a bunch of mission points. These things right here, the neon coin. So how do you get this event mission? So just come here and you gotta complete these things, right? Use 10k Eternium, perform simulations, etc. So let's talk about all of these things in this shop. You have a couple of, right now you can see 17 days to try to complete the event, which is more than enough. But prioritize on buying this one first, followed by the gold binaries, followed by the fusion core. Alright, this is arranged in a very nice order. I like it. So you want to prioritize number one, buy this, buy this, buy this. Now this SAPT course and APT course, I guess, pretty important as well. And the further you go down, the less important the things are going to be. But I would say do prioritize in buying up across this order. Maybe up to this one. I wouldn't prioritize this. This one is good, but I wouldn't say you really need this. This is more of, you know, like to lifetime contract and get to 100. But the rest of the things are quite valuable here, except for the credits. The credits and the lifetime contract, this one you should buy last. But definitely get the quartz and this one as well, even though you can farm this. But you can buy up to 90 times 5, which is insane, that's a lot of binaries right there. So let's talk about this SSR recruitment coupon. Alright, so let's talk about what can you obtain from here, and ideally this is the first thing you want to buy from this shop. As you can see, a lot of things you can buy, a lot of things you can select from here. This is going to be a selector. Apparently you can choose one of the following. Now I have observed and I've looked carefully based on what I think who is the best. Now obviously, like I mentioned, Young Harem is probably one of the better ones, but like I mentioned, her banner is still there right now. But you might watch this video 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later, and if that case, if you are that guy that watches the video late or you start playing the game late, Young Harem is going to be the best choice for sure. But if you happen to watch the video early, you pull or try to reroll Young Harem in that particular banner, the next best choice in my humble opinion is going to be Lyudmila. Now Lyudmila is going to be really strong. It's quite hard to replace her. Everyone else you can sort of pick from the other selectors and you can sort of pull for. So in my humble opinion, Young Harem should be a priority, followed by Lyudmila, and then followed by probably Sigma. Now these 3 characters that I mentioned, they are really hard to come by and they can only be obtained via pulling in their specific banner, and most of the banners are already gone except for Lyudmila. Lyudmila was in the counter pass recently, so she might have her banner come in a couple of weeks or, you know, within this month, right? So I'm not entirely sure of that. But Lyudmila is a sniper. She's going to be really future proof. I don't know when Replacer Queen will come for global server, but Lyudmila is one of the few snipers that can hit air and she can do very good damage. Now Xiaolin is going to be decent for a lot of cases where you can only hit ground units but she can't hit air. So Lyudmila just gives you the versatility, the flexibility, you know, to be slot in almost every single comp. Very good unit. Sigma, very good in PvE as well. She is a mech and you gotta prioritize on having mech gears. And I don't think that Sigma is pretty decent. If you want a 4th option, I would say the Einstein is going to be a very good option. Even until today, they are still being used very often in a lot of high-end PvE contents like Danger Close, Even in the Shadow Hall, Shadow Palace, they are very, very useful, being a 2-cost unit. Just so good, alright, to help you tank and soak damage for being a 2-cost striker. Now, the rest, obviously, you can still pick up to whichever that you like or want, right? So make sure you guys, if there's anything that you want to avoid, it's going to be either Xiaolin or Carl Wong. Now, why is that? Because Xiaolin, Carl Wong, and I believe Gayun will be available in the next selector that I'm going to talk about right here. So in the Task Force recruitment plan. So now this one, Global and C do share both of these. So you're gonna get, like you can see, you can get Irie right here, alright, which is pretty cool. I think a lot of people have been getting their free Irie. I haven't claimed any of these. It's something that you have to click one at a time. But as you can see, plenty of things to obtain. You're gonna get a free Xiaoyun, which is very, very good. Xiaoyun is gonna be quite good in a lot of PvE contents. So let's focus on the thing at the end. Alright, I'm just gonna jump into the thing at the end, which is this selector right here. Notice you're gonna get one more selector. Now this one, you can see Xiaolin, Carl Wong, Gayun is here. So who's your top pick out of all of these three? Personally, I would pick between Carl Wong or Xiaolin on whichever that you have or do not have. Now, if you decide to choose Lyudmila from the other selector, the one that we talk about in the capital point, then maybe pick Carl Wong right here, so you have slightly more versatility. At least you have one ranger and one sniper already, right? You don't really need to pick Xiaolin if you pick Lyudmila from the other one. So that's going to be a good option. Gayun is pretty strong, but I think with starting, like especially right now in a lot of the contents, Carl Wong is going to excel slightly more because of his ability to produce shield, whereas most of the time Gayun just provides damage. Alright, Gayun is going to be strong in PvP, but if you're new to the game, Carl Wong has slightly more utility and versatility for the time being. But you probably won't go wrong with either one of Gayun, Carl Wong or Xiaolin, so just keep that in mind. As for a fourth option, if you guys want, probably Esterosa. I really like her, especially the rearm version. Elizabeth is going to be quite decent, but I feel like her time has slowly faded away because Kang is something that's available to a lot of players. And I'm not sure, I think Global is going to have Lily soon, and that's going to be a better option for PvP. Alright, so let's talk about the next one in the expert plan. Of course, we can't really claim everything yet, but let's just scroll down and then we're gonna have a look at this one as well. So this one, as you can see, it's random, unlike the first one. So this is where it gets a little bit tricky, right? The first one is a selector. You can choose one of the following, but the one in the expert plan, you actually can't choose this one. So my advice, if you can, see if you can do this one first, get all the way in the expert plan, get this particular one, and open up this box because this is random. You can see every single character SSR here has a 16.6667% chance of you obtaining them. So you can't choose. So you might get Carl Wong here and then you can pick another one from the previous one. So this one, I can't really talk about the specifics. Maria is probably going to be the worst one out of all of this because Maria is someone that you can farm in the side story. So let's go to the master plan, alright? So now the master plan, this one will give you a T5 replica gear set option selection coupon. Now, obviously, by now a lot of you guys know the counter skill haste is going to be the best option for a lot of players. So I would highly recommend going for the counter skill haste. Now, if you want the counter attack speed, it's not too bad, alright? So I think the skill haste and the attack speed is going to be the best two options for a lot of players. If you don't know what to pick, this is going to be the best one for you. Unless you plan to run like a mech team or a soldier team and you want to stock them up for, for future. For the time being, if you want to pick right now, early on, for beginners, just pick the counter skill haste. So skill haste, meaning that your characters get to use skill haste more often. So by far, skill haste is going to be something that's very, very useful for a lot of characters out there. So definitely, that's something that you can consider. Now moving on to the limited plan. This one you can see you get an antagonist gear set. This one is really good, alright, so I really like the antagonist gear set, but eventually, the longer you play the game, you're gonna replace your antagonists with mace gears, but again, they are not that bad, alright, especially certain contents like raids, you can use more up to 24 characters, antagonist is gonna shine right there. So for sure, hopefully you guys try to obtain this as well, but a lot of these tasks is not going to be easy. You need to do them one at a time. So yeah, with that being said, that is going to be it for this video. I hope I didn't miss anything out. Again, if you guys feel like I left something out, let me know in the comment section below. And as always, if you guys haven't already subscribed to the channel, give this video a like. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.